basket when it was there.
13 for Nick Wise to lead Arizona. And there you see numbers, very good shooting on both sides, 46%. Pretty even. Rebounds are Gonzaga up 2, turnovers 6 apiece. So an even first half, a 1-point game. The big number, perhaps, Jordan Hill's 3 fouls. Can Jordan Hill start the second half for Arizona and not get himself into an early hole again? We've got the second half of a terrific battle here in Phoenix straight ahead. Arizona with a 1-point lead at the half. And Marcus, your spotlight was on Gonzaga's big man Josh Heitfeld in the first half.
Josh Heitfeld just did not engage himself offensively in this game like he is going to need to, but I saw a similar kind of lethargy in the first half against Washington State on Wednesday before he erupted. Defensive end does a nice job recovering, even though he did draw the bad call foul, as the official stands right in front of us here at the press table. And then nice job by Josh hustling at the defensive end, going after the rebound and getting a possession for his team. And Mark Few actually took him out of the game rather early in that first half and got in his ear. So let's see what
the official's not taking it personally. Just
well, that's I kind of lowered my voice a little when you got closer.
Good. Interesting. Heitfeld with only 4 points just took 2 shots. Jeremy Pargo did not score in the first half, and he only took 2 shots.
And those are the 2 guys again you need to get more active, more involved. Pargo can do it in transition, can do it on finishes inside. I thought he looked maybe kind of be too much of a facilitator. That's the new word in basketball these days, and when you pass the ball a lot, he was too much of a facilitator.
Can you look the other way, Marcus, and say that shows you how much balance they have, that they're only a point down?
Well, they had a 3-point lead against Washington State at halftime. They went on a 27-2 run, and playing against the Cougars with their slow down tactics, that's remarkable.
I got to say, watching that game Wednesday night, I have never seen a Bennett coach team as basically have their heart ripped out of them like Gonzaga did to Washington State second half Wednesday night.
Bennett has never seen a Bennett coach team.
That's right.
Tony.
There's Jordan Hill. 3 fouls, doesn't care. With a swat, Nick Wise going right back at Micah Downs. And let's see where that ball's going. It's staying with Arizona. Hill was kind of reaching over there.
Right there, close to a 4th foul. He's got to be careful. Nice job against Bolden on the inside, cleaning things up off the penetration. But he's really got to be smart about that, the fouls.
Boy, I'll tell you what. That happens. Austin Day does that. He deflects more inbounds passes.
Yeah, it's something
like that with his length.
A lot of teams chart deflections, and he would have to be the team leader for Gonzaga, maybe one of the leaders in the nation. Look how smooth that is.
Isn't that beautiful?
I mean, and not only is he smooth, but he's got a quick release jumper. Doesn't jump very high on his jump shot, but the quick release allows him to get it off over bigger players like Jordan Hill.
When you play Gonzaga this year, you can't take an inbounds play for granted because of that, because he's guarding the inbounds man.
Yeah, right. And a lot of times the 4-man, you just kind of assume that he's not going to be able to knock down perimeter shots with any kind of consistency. Not so with Austin Day.
Budinger look for a roll, and there's Austin Day to block. Out of bounds off Budinger.
That's one of the reasons why Gonzaga ranks 12th nationally in block shots, under 7 a game, just under 7 a game. This is the kind of length they possess.
We're sitting here because we all watched this Wednesday night. Arizona better be careful. This is the start of what Gonzaga did to Washington State.
And Gonzaga's not flustered. They're just going to continue to run their stuff, play their game, execute, continue with the solid defense. And just have faith that their system, with the combination of their talent, will eventually prevail.
Austin Day outside. Micah Downs tracks down the long bound. Oh, and then Heitfeld got his hand in that pass that was intended, I believe, was intended for Downs.
And I think he knocked it off his coach Mark Few on the sideline. But Heitfeld again has got to get out of the way. Spacing right there. He's just kind of in the way. That pass was really intended for Micah Downs.
Here's where Arizona needs some playmakers, and of course this right here is their #1 playmaker.
Micah Downs is taking on the challenge of defending Chase Budinger.
Oh, and the freshman takes it. Kyle Fogg.
Kyle Fogg out of Brea, California, down in Orange County. Has been a real solid player for this team here the first part of the season.
There was some patience shown by Bolden. And Gonzaga gets the 2 with Day on the boards. 14 now for Austin Day.
That offensive rebound created because Jordan Hill wisely, but because Jordan Hill's foul trouble. He backed off the block, got out of position for the defensive rebound.
Fogg with a blow by on Bolden. Bolden recovers, but a foul on the way. We get Downs, I believe. Getting a Micah Downs.
I coached in a senior showcase down in Long Beach, California last spring. So I'm coaching these kids who are looking to get D1 scholarships. And I got Kyle Fogg on my team, and I'm watching him play, and I'm like, are you going to school somewhere? He's like, well, Arizona. I was a late signee. I'm like, what are you doing out here? Well, I committed to this about a month ago, and I just wanted to fulfill my commitment. But that's the kind of young man he is. But he was just heads and shoulders above kind of all the riffraff that was out there. It was some decent players, but you could tell he was just a special player amidst all the players kind of looking to impress D1 coaches.
Isn't that pretty good? He's taken over. Garland Judkins, another freshman, started early in the year. He was actually left home from Texas A&M, didn't even make a trip there, and Kyle Fogg's taken that spot.
Yeah, and talking to Russ Pennell, Judkins got the starting nod, and then all of a sudden got a little complacent, stopped doing the things that they had asked him to do, and Russ Pennell, not hesitating, sat him down for a game to let him think about it.
So 1 foul now each team to start the half.
There's that shot that's open.
Oh, and Heitfeld. He brought that ball down just far enough for Wise to knock it out.
Nice.
And a good pass from Fogg to Jordan Hill.
And that's the thing about Kyle Fogg watching. He was just a fundamentally sound basketball player who makes outstanding decisions, especially for a freshman.
Is he crediting his summer league coach there? Ooh, Pargo's lob hit the rim. Intended for Downs. Jamel Horn. Ow. Jordan Hill.
Arizona able to get out a little bit more in transition.
Well, here's the big thing, Marcus. Gonzaga came out and threw a couple of punches to start the half, and Arizona answered.
Did a nice job answering at their offensive end. First is Kyle Fogg with a nice little bounce pass, thread the needle, finished by Jordan Hill. And then Jordan Hill right here doing a great job getting up. And Adam kind of reminds you of Amari.
Well, Arizona's trying to make sure their season is going forward. But with a huge step today, if they can pull off this win. Last 2 years against top 25 teams, Arizona's just 6-19. But that second half was fueled largely by that man. And if there was we talked plus minus last Sunday in Eugene, Marcus. If you had plus minus for this game, Jordan Hill would be off the charts for Arizona.
That's why it's so important for Jordan Hill, and we sound like a broken record or a broken CD. It's so important for him to stay on the floor and not pick up that 4th foul.
Ira Brown is in the game for Gonzaga. Gonzaga's missing their backup center, Robert Sacre. There's a strip, and Hill takes it away, but then double. We call it a double dribble coming out.
One of the best examples of why you don't want your big guy advancing the ball up the floor. Right there. Great defense, great trap on Ira Brown. Jordan Hill, again, kind of a gamble, taking it away, and then switches hands illegally.
We mentioned Gonzaga. Robert Sacre been playing some minutes for them as their backup center. Hurt his foot on Friday in practice. He's in a boot, and they're not sure what the forecast is going to be for him. That is, what is that?
Good ball. That's a smart play by Matt Bolden to initiate the contact. Didn't get the foul, but initiated.
Boy, Jordan Hill, man, he is playing tough. Can he stay on the court with 3 fouls? Arizona by 5. Boot Olson, by the way, we should mention, made an appearance back at Tucson Monday when Richard Jefferson's donation and the practice facility was formally introduced. And the key, can Arizona keep that NCAA tournament streak alive?
I think they can. And not just judging by what they've done here in this game against Gonzaga, but you talk about the big 3. Russ Pennell's done a great job of reestablishing the trust, which is the main area that he said he had to shore up with this basketball team. A lot of bonding activities over to his house for barbecues. Last night they went and played pool, found a pool hall after dinner and shot some pool. And asked who won that pool contest. They said it was Mike Dunlap, so that's not a good sign.